Hey, Alicia here. This is my Blitz video presentation for spring term at PSU for Psych471 Health Psychology. I'll be talking about 3 different articles. The first one is from National Library of Medicine called The Intergenerational Transmission of Risk for Substance Use. It looks at 6 studies, all at least 2 generations of parents and their kids in regards to substance use. This focuses mostly on cannabis, and it finds that patterns of substance use between generations are more likely from one to the next. The parent generation puts the offspring generation at higher risk of use, regardless of whether the offspring are aware of the parent use or not. There are many years of commitment involved in these studies that provide extensive information on intergenerational trends regarding substance use for the goal of informing preventative programs. The next article that I will talk about is from the American Psychological Association called Diseases of Despair in Early Adulthood. Diseases of despair are depressive disorders as well as substance use disorders. These diseases of despair are predicted by a lack of healthy relationships, low social support, and low levels of education. It's found that there's a higher prevalence of diseases of despair in people who have only obtained a high school level of education. Supportive relationships are a buffer against these diseases and support mental health and physical health as well. One thing with these diseases, the depressive and the substance use disorders, is that they have a high comorbidity in the first place. And so one can lead to the other and vice versa. So having a general good ability to navigate healthy relationships is linked to fewer of these depressive symptoms and substance issues. And these also start in young adulthood, so a focus on learning the tools for healthy social interactions and relationships, being able to seek support and have empathy and care for other people is really important early on in life to ingrain those good behaviors to prevent these diseases from occurring. The third article I will speak about comes from the National Library of Medicine, the health care in prison populations. So in prison populations, there are higher rates of mental health conditions, and there are also limited treatment options for health care in these facilities, which can lead to worse behavioral problems and rule violations in the prisons. Sometimes these violations can lead to the punishment of solitary confinement, which further worsens any problems that are happening with incarcerated people. And then inmates with chronic health conditions also have limited access to care, setting them up for failure when they become released back to society. There are 40 to 50% of inmates that were on medication before they became incarcerated who were not able to continue their medication after becoming a part of the prison population. There is a lack of funding and resources for these institutions, and it puts the incarcerated populations at higher risk for actually reoffending once they get put back out into the regular public setting, because they have not had the continuity of care from before prison into prison and then back out. They don't have the tools that they need because they're not properly medicated and given the proper therapies that they need through their prison sentence. So having more access to resources, better trained support staff, and more healthcare availability in these populations is really necessary to rehabilitate these people and not just keep them locked up while they serve their time.